Boutayna en quelques mots. Je vais essayer de faire une partie en français et je traduirai en anglais. Il est presque très difficile de présenter le cursus de Boutayna. Je dis toujours que Boutayna, c'est une mosaïque maroco-franco-canadienne. Boutayna, même sur le plan scientifique, c'est une vraie mosaïque. Une chimiste, une biochimiste, une pharmacologue, et puis une spécialiste des analyses de la chimie analytique, et puis de l'imagerie chimique. Boutayna, il a toujours été un pont entre le Maroc et le pays où il a séjourné. Et c'est grâce à elle que depuis 13 ans, et grâce aussi à celui d'Acharov, qu'un master continue à tourner, celui des analyses et contrôle qualité des médicaments et substances à base de plantes naturelles. Ce master, il a formé des dizaines de masters, des dizaines de doctorants. Il continue, c'est pour dire la longévité. Inutile de vous dire que Boutayna, il est lauréat de plusieurs prix et distinctions. Il est le réceptacle d'un financement de plusieurs projets. Et après son passage en France, actuellement pour 10 années, il est à l'Université de Montréal pour une technologie de pointe, le Maldi, une technologie pour suivre l'évolution du métabolisme de plusieurs pathologies. Et la chimiste qui est devenue biochimiste et qui devient aujourd'hui une physiopathologiste, chose qui me fait énormément plaisir. Merci Boutayna pour tout ce que tu nous as apporté. Et avec mon anglais, je vais essayer de dire quelques mots en anglais pour parler de Boutayna. Boutayna is specialist in biochemistry, bioanalysis, and analytical chemistry. Boutayna, from many years ago, decided to specialize in biomarker analysis using Maldi, new revolutionary technology in the study of biomolecules. Boutayna developed many projects in French, in Morocco, and in Montreal. Many thanks, Boutayna, for coming.
Merci, cher professeur Tarzouti. Vraiment gêné de la gentille présentation, mais merci. C'est vraiment un honneur pour moi d'être ici. So, I'm sorry, I will switch in English later, but I just want to thank really sincerely my colleagues and also the organizer, Hannah, Badr, Zubida. I call them by their first name because we are friends, we are family, so I don't use titles. And thank you also for welcoming me and also for the audience to be here. Students I met many times and they are very interested to listen to the topic. So yes, I moved to Canada 4 years ago, but I have been in Bordeaux for many years. More than half of my age, I won't say my age, but yeah, I was in Bordeaux for years for my study and then PhD and then my position. And after COVID, you know, everyone was questioning himself what to do, if to continue research or not, if it's enough what we are doing. And my first question, should I stay and continue as I am, or can I learn more? As Katia said yesterday, yes, I needed to learn more. So I just contacted other professors who are more experts than me and with more experience, and I asked if I can go as visiting scholar. So they welcomed me in US and Canada, and I prefer Canada because it was easier for my kids to speak in French. And yes, I'm there since 21, and I still belong to Bordeaux University. Now I got the title of associate professor in Montreal University too, and I'm really willing always to collaborate with Morocco because I was born in Morocco. It's my country, and the colleagues are all my family too. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here to share this part of my research, but also to see all of you. So thank you again. Now I'm going to start talking about this. So it's the Maldi machine, and I choose to talk little bit about the history before speaking about application, and I also added some application on natural products in the topic today. So for the introduction, I'm going to use my screen, sorry. So in the last 2 decades, mass spectrometry imaging gained a lot of interest, not only in biochemistry, in medical application, but recently also in natural products. Yesterday I was reading some articles, there are a lot of applications in natural products too. And this advance in mass spectrometry imaging came with high resolution in mass spectrometry, but also a high resolution, spatial resolution, what we call spatial resolution, which is very interesting because we can go through subcellular dimension to detect biomarkers, to detect metabolites, and to be, with accurate analysis and accurate data about the component of organs, organoids, and so on. So brief history of MSI. In 1950, the birth of time of flight, the top that everyone knows in mass spectrometry, and 1980 with Karas and Hellingham, the Maldi, the appearance of Maldi, and after with Spengler in Germany and Jimenez in 1994, direct analysis in single cells, which continue now, and finally Caprioli, who brings mass spectrometry imaging to the use of in the domain of biochemistry, proteins, biomarkers, and nowadays we are capable to construct molecular image from tissue samples. So just to give you an idea how it grows, the interest of this topic or this field of research, you can see the curve. It's still increasing and data are impressive. The research that is done is really very accurate, very nice, and every time I go and search for any molecule, like new molecule, I see, okay, it was bad, or there is some approaches, which is really very satisfying because we see that we can also collaborate with colleagues over all the world. And as you can see, also the field of interest, not only, I cannot see clearly, or I don't know if you can see clearly, but there is biochemistry is the biggest area, chemistry, medicines, but also pharmacology, and material science, physics. All the domains are covered and use this technology. The first country using this technology is United States, followed by China, Germany, and you can see France, Italy, Canada, and I hope very soon Morocco too. So the workflow, there is no or almost no sample preparation to use this technique, which is a good thing. It facilitates access to data easily and rapidly. So either you have plant or animal, you will go through a very simple preparation after sacrificing the animal or harvesting the plant. We just freeze it, and then we go through cryosection. And after we apply a matrix, if we are using Maldi, I will speak briefly about it, or no matrix, no need of matrix, depending on the ionization source. Then we will use the mass spectrometry with a specific software that would help us to collect the image or to associate the mass spectra to the section image. So the Maldi, I think a lot of you who are in the domain of natural products or analytical chemistry, they know how it works. It's matrix-assisted laser desorption ionization. So this technique or source of ionization will use a matrix with a chemical product to help in enhancing the ionization yield from the sample. So to make the molecules ionized easily, and then they will be dissolved. We speak about desorption and we will solve it. So desorbed and sent to the analyzer. So the matrix has which is, it will help to enhance the ionization process, but also it will reduce the intramolecular or intermolecular interaction in the sample, so it will help to desorb easily and have a great signal from the sample. So the matrix is very important in Maldi processing. So the choice of matrix will make it with a lot of care regarding the type of molecules we target to analyze, type of ionization mode, positive or negative. So there are many criteria to choose a matrix. You may try many to catch the best. The other ionization source is the DAISY, which is desorption electrospheric ionization. It doesn't need any matrix. Okay. So here we have no matrix. You can use your sample directly without any matrix, but we will see the limit of this ionization source. The advantage, as I said, is no sample preparation. It's at atmospheric pressure, so there is no degradation of the molecules. The Maldi, we have two types. One with atmospheric pressure and the other one who has under pressure. So it may degrade your compounds. And also the DAISY has the advantage that it may be automated, and you have, like the Maldi, you can obtain different mass fingerprint of your sample. Here are some examples of image you can obtain with the DAISY. So, sorry. Yeah. So here a very brief comparison between the Maldi and DAISY, those two sources of ionization, why we should use one or the other. The DAISY will work on ambient atmosphere, while Maldi will be under vacuum. Also, about sensitivity, they are both great in sensitivity, but one thing that DAISY will cover only small molecules, while Maldi will cover a large range of mass. So this is very important to keep in mind. And as I said, no matrix, no sample preparation for DAISY. The last source of ionization I will speak about briefly is the SIMS. It's a very old source of ionization, but it was converted to be used in mass declination. Why? Because it will give a higher mass accuracy because of this second ion production. So there is a beam of first primer ions, and then that will provoke or produce second ions from the samples. So the advantages of this, those secondary ions will have higher intensity, and more importantly, we can have three-dimensional spectra. So for tissue or organ analysis, it's very interesting, this ionization source. So as a conclusion on the ionization source for MSI, yes, SIMS or secondary ion mass spectrometry ionization will offer very high spectral resolution, very high mass resolution, but expensive, and still it's limited to small compounds. While Maldi, it's like the DAISY. The DAISY has advantage, it's the cheapest. You can have it easily. But also it is concentrated on small molecules lipids. But if you want to cover higher range of molecules, better go with the Maldi. That's why you see that most of publications are based on Maldi technology. And I didn't put many details about the analyzer, but the analyzer is the part of the instrument that comes just after the ionization source. And the ones that are used is either the time of flight, the orbitrap, or FTICR. So the difference will be especially in what is the upper mass that we can cover, and also mass resolution and accuracy. Again, we can have one or the other of the analyzer, okay? But we will look also the one that will enable us to cover the largest number of molecules, especially in screening. We know that sometimes we want to maximum of molecules, so better to go with one that will offer maximum of information. So TOF and that will have higher range of mass coverage, and FTCR is about high resolution in mass spectrometry, and we now have mass spectrometer that combine both. Okay, so they have a double analyzer that combine both advantages. So for my experience, I used to work with the Maldi Orbitrap for mass spectrometry imaging. It's the instrument we had in Bordeaux before I moved to Montreal University. And the advantage of this Maldi that the source of ionization was in ambient atmosphere. So no pressure, no high vacuum, no degradation of samples, and the Orbitrap that offers high resolution in mass spectrometry. Need to go back. So yes, we can just underline the advantages of this instrument: high mass resolution, identification, validation of the identification of compounds, and also compatibility with the ambient analysis. Okay, and we can see here even about repeatability, accuracy. It's a very good compromise between high resolution, spatial resolution, mass resolution, spatial resolution, and also validation if we are interested in quantification. Now I will speak about the application. Among the project I worked on, I have chosen this one. It's about Alzheimer's disease, and it's a very recent work. It's an unpublished work. It's in collaboration with the University of Sherbrooke in Montreal, and I had a student with Professor Carl Fernandez. So briefly, this project was conducted with the help with the Bruker. So with using timsTOF Flex. This instrument has a double analyzer. As I said, it's a trap and also a time of flight, so it combines those double advantages of high resolution and also covering high range of mass. And also it has double ionization source, electrospray ionization, and the map, which was a big advantage. Additionally, we could do two-dimensional analysis because it can have what we call multi-two, which means in two dimensions you can, for example, choose range first round of analysis, small compounds, and the second one you can cover proteins, for example. So you have in the same image related both range of mass. So let's go through the experience. So the experience was to investigate the therapeutic effect of ketogenic diet in a triple transgenic model of Alzheimer's disease. So I put here the diet we tested, control diet, carbohydrate-free high-fat diet, and medium chain triglyceride. So the idea was to see if the diet affected or improved the profile, molecular profile of the brain in Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so here the parameters. So I worked in negative mode for the slide I will show you. So the range of mass that was covered, I targeted only phospholipids. The resolution, spatial resolution, was 20 micron. And for a sample preparation, the sample or section were dried in vacuum under vacuum for 30 minutes. And the matrix that was used, it's DAG, so it's diamino acid naphthalene, which has the advantage that it can ionize in both modes, positive and negative mode. So I put analyzing in negative mode, switch to the positive with the same matrix without using another switch. So if you are interested, just keep this in mind. It's one of the rare metrics that allows working in both ionization mode.